Well, hello. Oh boy. This is exciting because today's day one of the Wake the Warrior Within experience, and I am just getting everything set up. So if you are not signed up for this yet, you can go ahead and do that right here while I get everything ready. And so I'm just going to take this little video over into the group, the global gathering, the party that is happening over here. Okay, let's see here. Uh-huh. Awesome. Just make sure we are up and away inside the group. We are about a minute out from kickoff. Mhm. Are you excited? All right, we're live. Yay! Awesome. Okay, cool. I am going to close this down so we don't have the bing bongathon in the background. You know how Facebook likes to do. So, welcome everybody. We are about a minute away from kickoff. I'm so excited that you're here with me. If you haven't signed up already, then go ahead and go to The Warrior's Journey 2023. And for those of you watching live, please let me know that you are here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? That's my code. Hopefully, you understand what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to tag everybody because welcome to day one. Boop, boop, boop. Everyone. Here we go. All right. Oh, we have hearts. We have hearts. Welcome. Yay. Everyone's logging on. I just tagged everybody. Okay. So I'm just going to grab some links that we're going to need in a second. And as I do that, go ahead and let me know in the comments, where are you? Where are you in the world? Because I don't know if you've seen, we did a roll call the other day in the group, and we have people literally all around the world. We even have people that are coming in from tomorrow. What do I mean? Well, they're in Australia and New Zealand, and so it's tomorrow already. Okay, so I'm just making sure I have this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I'm going to drop this inside the group. Actually, I'm going to wait and do that. So, how's everybody doing? Who's excited? Give me some love. Give me some of these. Give me some of these if you're excited about our journey together that is kicking off today. I don't see any comments yet, but I would love to know where in the world you are. Michaela, yeah. See, I told you we already have England in the house. She's still in Monday, but grateful to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where is everybody else coming in from? Because this is one of the amazing things about the magic of the internets is that we get to hang out together. We get to spend time together virtually. And I am so excited that you are all here. I'm honored that you have decided to be part of this journey this week, that you have shown up for yourself. Just going to close this. We got some yard work going on, you know how it is. That you are showing up for yourself, that you are committing and going all in for your goals and your vision for this year by starting with you, your beautiful heart, your mind, your spirit, nourishing it on the deepest core level, which is what this week is going to be all about. So who's excited for that? Give me some loves in the comments. I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit glary. Who's excited? So I want to know that you're here. I want to see you. I want to hear you. I want you to be here with me. So as we go through this journey today and throughout the week, let me know when something that I say lands. I want you to put hashtag gold in the comments. Okay. So hashtag gold in the comments. And so that I know that that's really landing for you, because this is where we start to really let things sink in, is when you're present, when you're making notes, when you are here, when you are chatting with people. So drop it in the comments. Where in the world are you? And why are you excited about this experience this week? Okay. So let us know in the comments where you are and why you're excited about this week. So just going to head over there. Gold. Yes. Love it. Oh, perfect. You guys are talking already. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I couldn't see that. Ashley's in Northern Michigan. Whoa, that's exciting. Sue is in Honolulu, a different island in Hawaii, but she's still here. Anna, where are you? Oh, Danielle is here. Awesome. Also on Oahu. This is fabulous. Linda is in South Africa. See, I told you there's so many amazing people here. This is so cool. And perfect. Regina is here from snowy New Hampshire. Brr, freezing. Harriet, yes, the UK as well. Patricia, beautiful. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited. All right. So without further ado, let's get over here. Take this off. And I am going to go and do something magical, i.e. share my screen, hopefully. Maybe. One moment, please. All right. I'm going to need your help here in a second, just to make sure that we are still having the things, that you can still hear me. I can see it on my screen, so that's good. So once I'm over into, good morning, Tyson. Hello. So we're big screen. Why am I still so big? Hang on. I don't think you need to see that much of me. You already know what I look like. Okay, yeah, that's the one I wanted to do. Okay, let's go back over there. Present. Okay, cool. Oops. Hold, please. Okay, cool. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your patience. We all know how amazing technology is. Can we get a yes for tech in the chat? Who loves tech? Put I love tech in the chat. We're so grateful. Okay, Hannah's in London. Ashley is excited to connect to herself on a deeper level. I love it. Okay. Yes, get some love in the chat. Just make sure you can still hear me, because you know when you do things, it's like crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. So welcome, everybody. Yeah. So as you may have guessed, it's day number 1 of the Wake the Warrior Within experience. So give me a 1 in the comments if you are ready. So today is day 1. I also want you to drop in the comments, what time was it for you today when we kicked off? Because I want you to really make note of that, because we do have, I don't even know how many, but we have a lot of different time zones. So when we started today, what time was it for you, so that you have this in your head, because we have more sessions coming up this week. Okay, so make note of that. The gang of warriors is here. Yes, I love it. Oh, Tyson says 1 with a W. Perfect. Yes, we love tech. We sure do. All right, so here we go. Okay, cool. We have 2 o'clock. We got 1 o'clock. We got day 1. Yay. Okay. Who's excited? Who's doing a little wiggle, a little happy dance right now? Are you? I definitely am. Okay, so let's get started. So for those of you that are here already, if you haven't already, please go ahead and mark your calendar, obviously today, but then Wednesday and Friday for that same time. Okay, so for the same time. So I want you to write it across the top of your notepad. I want you to write it across the top of your playbook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it in a second. For those of you watching on my Facebook page, if you haven't already and you want to come join the party, because of course you do, go to thewarriorsjourney2023.com. Okay, so it's right on the screen there, thewarriorsjourney2023.com, and to get signed up for free. So once you get signed up, you'll have access to the playbook, which is on the all access page, and you'll get access to the party, where the party's happening. Can I get some party action in the chat? Because that's what's awesome about this group, is that you are live, you are here, you are playing full out, you are conversating with each other, you're conversating with me. And so you do need to be signed up to be eligible to win. Dun, 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 all the amazing prizes. I love giving away prizes. I just do. Who loves winning? Let's see a W in the chat, or winning in the chat if you love winning. Okay? Does anybody love winning? I'll wait. You tell me. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to play full out. One of which is there will be a moment in today's presentation and in other days' presentations when there is a screen that will come up, and the last person that commented will win a prize. Okay, so play full out, be present, engage with me, because you're going to stay in this place of awareness, which is really what this is all about. This life thing, this, this experience together, it's all about awareness. And so that is just a little bit of housekeeping so that we're all on the same page. So make sure you're signed up, all those good things. Oh yeah, I was going to drop the links here. Look at me go. Bingo, bango. Okay, so if you don't have the playbook, you can go to the link I just dropped in the chat. And if you're not signed up, you can also grab the playbook there. Okay? Okay. Ooh, people love winning. Yeah, I thought so. I do too. Okay. So Here's a couple ways that you can win. Anytime you share on your socials, whether that's on your stories or on your feed itself, you get 25 points when you're live on the call. So all of you here that are live and that are commenting, which all of you are so far, I think, maybe, then you'll get 35 points. And then when you share your takeaways in the group, 45, when you do, so there's lots of ways for you to earn points. Tyson, I'm going to really do my best to keep it under an hour. I want to keep it tight today and for all of the sessions. Today's a little bit longer just because we have a little bit more foundation to lay, if you will. But the other days I'm really aiming. I really want to keep it under like about 45 minutes. Today will be a little bit longer, but I'm doing my best. I'll keep it tight. And there also will be replays inside the group and on the All Access page. On the All Access page is appropriately named, is where you'll get all of the replays, the link to the Facebook group, the link to the playbook, all of that. Okay, so you'll find at the back of the playbook is your play-by-play card. Okay, so your play-by-play card on the back page. So if you do not have a printer, have no fear, darling. You just get yourself a little piece of paper, download the playbook, and make yourself a little grid. Okay, so you don't even have to have the boxes. Just draw 2 lines this way and 3 lines that way, and make yourself a little grid. That will absolutely count towards the grand, the top entry here of earning potentially 250 points. So at the end of our session on Friday, you will have watched all of the videos, or maybe not yet, and that's okay, because you have until Sunday to complete this. Okay, so you have until Sunday to complete this. So that being said, you do have access to the replays. And so don't let your mind tell you, oh, I missed the day, I wasn't there live, oh, what's the point, I'm going to skip it. Don't let it tell you that, because it will try. And it will try to make it bad and wrong and judge it. And we'll talk about that as we go. But just know that you have plenty of time to catch up. Okay, so you do have until Sunday to be in the running to win the prize, and the replays will be up until next week. So you are not behind, even if you miss a day, but try to get here live, and I appreciate you and all of your effort to that. Okay, so if you're going to do your best to be here live, let's put live in the comments. Okay, so put live, and that making that commitment to yourself. So go ahead and put live in the comments if you're going to do your bestesses to get here live on Wednesday and on Friday. Okay, so that's how you can win. And so here's one of the first ways that you can win. Go ahead and take a screenshot, or if you're savvy, you can bust out a little boomerang and share this on your stories. Anytime you share on social, please make sure to tag me. So if it's on Instagram, it is I am Megan Nolan. And if you're on Facebook, then it is Megan Nolan. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, it's Megan Nolan. And so on Instagram, I am Megan Nolan. So go ahead and make sure to tag me over there. And I just realized that I didn't pin this video. So just give me one hot second, because I want to make sure that everybody, thank you for mentioning that. Christine, you're amazing. Okay, so that is, here we are. So while I'm finishing this, I'm going to take a look at this and see, amazing. Okay, we're back on track. Sorry about that. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so when we're live in the group, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to try to remember to do that at the beginning next time. So this is what we're going to dive into today. The possible real reason why you haven't found a routine that you love and stick to. And we're going to dive into the first key element of your meaningful morning routine and the magic ingredient to bringing your big vision to life this year. So let's start there. Grab your playbook or your piece of paper, and I want to give you a minute. I want you to dive into your big vision for this year. I want you to start to make some notes. Maybe you've already done this sort of like word of the year, intentions, decisions, goals. Put some of them down here. Okay, so put some of them down on your paper. I want you to start to think about that. What stages are you going to be speaking on? Are you going to write a book? Are you going to be on a podcast? Are you going to start a podcast? Maybe you're going to rock your podcast even further if you've got one of those. Start to make some notes. Welcome everybody that's joining. We are just diving into your big vision. So grab your playbook. And for those of you watching later on replay, I love you. Make sure to write replay so I know you're here and so I can cheer you on. Okay, so after you've had a few things here, write them down. Okay, so go ahead and write them on your paper first. There's a very powerful tool of pen to paper. We're all, very skilled at the thumbing and writing things down, but let's take pen to paper and write it down. Okay. And live, love it. Yay, cool. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at the comments because I don't have them up on my screen. So I'd love to know, we would all love to know, what are you going to bring to life this year? Oh, magical one. What are you going to bring to life this year? What is it? What is it? Drop it in the comments. Okay. So what is it? Are you going to be on stage with Oprah? It's possible. I know where she gets her nails done. She has a house here on Maui. What else? Are you going to do something amazing? Are you going to climb a mountain, whether that's a actual physical mountain or a mountain of your own creation of goals that you're bringing to life for yourself? Put them in the comments. Okay. So I want to know some of your big visions for this year. I really want to know. And some of you have already shared a little bit about coming back to that connection to yourself, making your health and your happiness a priority. Let us know in the comments, okay? So let us know in the comments what some of your big vision is for this year. All right, Christine, thank you. I am going to bring to life and expand my newly launched customer strategy, mentoring, and co-creation business online. Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love that. I love it. Yay. Okay, yay, yay, yay. Anybody else? Does anybody else have anything they're working on? Anybody? Bueller? Regina has got it. Work, 100K income, yeah. From my Chaos to Clients program, personal, complete my OCRs. Not exactly sure what OCR is, but I'm on board with it. Christine's going to dial up her self-love and self-care. Yes. Schroeder. Hello, exploring the music wizardry and sacred sounds world. Ooh, I love the sounds of that, allowing it to lead you to sacred spaces. Okay, Tyson, writing a screenplay? Yes, you are. Harriet, growing her speakers to membership to over 500. Yes. Sue, I love it. I love it. Feeling like yourself again, finding a job that you're proud of, that lights you up. Yes, yes, I support that 100%. Loving thyself, obstacle course races. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Yay, thank you for clarifying that. Danielle, hello. Continue pressing forward, gaining clinical hours. Yes. Michaela, I'm going to bring to life Savvy Dating membership and help more than 100 women find fabulous love. Seriously. I'm getting overclapped with all of this. It's so great. Ashley's coming home to myself, connecting with others, sharing my love for natural solutions. Yes, yes. Using my voice. Yes, yes. Whew. Who's feeling all of this? Give me some loves in the comments. Who's feeling this? I literally have, like, I don't know if you can see it, the craziest goosebumps all over, because I am so excited for you. I am so excited for all of us. I am so excited because as a visionary, which you are, right? You just wrote down a vision. You're a visionary. You have this possibility within you. You have the seeds for all of this within you. And so now it's a matter of nurturing that and bringing it to life, right? Chee-hoo! Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. So now it's a matter of bringing that to life. And it's a lot easier than you would expect, right? But the thing is that when we start to write these things down, and we start to get excited, and then maybe you go into the to-do list and then you see, like, well, I got to do this and then this and then this and then this and then this. It can be really easy for your brain to take you into overwhelm. When we start to make these long lists of things to do, it can take us to a place of, oh, wow, well, that's a lot. I don't even know. And starting to get into that kind of spiral of, whoa, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this happen. It feels like I have 1,000,001 things to do. Can anybody relate to that? Like looking at the to-do list, starting out excited and then being like, bleh, I feel kind of frozen. Does it feel like you have 1,000,001 things to do? Does it feel like maybe this? Does it feel as though you have all these pieces to put together? And I don't know about you, but I love Post-it notes. I literally, if I scan the room right now, I could probably see about 30. I have pump me up Post-it notes everywhere, and as well as things I want to get done. So yes, so give me a PS in the comments if you love Post-it notes, because you are in the right place, because I love me some Post-it notes too. But I would love to know if this sounds familiar. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and it feels as though you're in the middle of running a marathon because your heart is racing and your brain is going a mile a minute, and it's telling you all the things that you need to get done, all the things that you haven't done, all the things that you've screwed up on, and mistakes that you've made, and it literally feels like you're on this speeding train of go, 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 and you haven't even got out of bed yet? I can relate to that. If you can relate to that, put a 1 in the comments. Okay, so let's see a 1 in the comments if you can relate to that, feeling like you're on a speeding train of stress that just can't slow down, let alone like you can't get off because it's just taking you. So if that sounds familiar, let's see a 1. If you are so in the flow of your work, or you sit a lot all day and you sit for more than 3 hours a day, and you're finding that your body is kind of getting kind of like creaky, a little groany. Maybe sometimes you got to make a little groany sound to get up. And you wonder, like, when did I turn 100? I feel like I'm 100. If you relate to that, let's see a 2. Okay, so let's see a 2. And if you're excited, yeah, it's the new year, it's January. Look at me go. I'm going to start to exercise. I'm going to start to do all the things I really want to do. And you get into a little groove with it for a bit, and then life happens, you miss a day, and then you hear that voice in your head says, don't worry about it, you can get back to that later, you can get back to that on Monday, or maybe on next month or next quarter. Why not wait till the new year? And your routine just kind of falls apart. Let's see a 3. I see a lot of 2s. Cool. So hi Sarah, hi everybody, welcome. So if you recognize that kind of getting into routine but having a hard time sticking with it, then let's see a 3, because that's super common as well. And then what about feeling that sort of so frantic, frazzled, chaotic mental space, heart space, that you're literally on the verge of a breakdown, like you could crumble into tears at any second, or a blow up, and you literally can't really tell the fine line that could take you in either direction, but you feel like it could happen at any second. Do you recognize that at all? A 4 if you do. Okay, a 4 if you do. So the verge of a meltdown or a blow up at any given second. Like if somebody says the wrong thing or even the right thing, and you're just like, poof, and you lose it. 4, anybody? 4. And if you recognize any or all of those, 5. I'm going to keep my hand up because I know all of those very, very intimately. And I've been in that space many, many times. And I call that space, that feeling, the state of being a worn out woman or a worn out person or a man, whatever you identify with, but the worn out, like literally tapped out. You don't even know if you can or want to continue forward. And that state of feeling like I related to, like, if a little toddler, like a little 2-year-old, was holding a snow globe, snow globes, and they have all the things inside or sparkles, and the toddler is shaking the snow globe, shaking it so hard, and it's like it might crack. That's kind of what I felt like. I felt like that when I was in that stage and state of being a worn out woman. And I know that it is not my ideal state, and I'm willing to bet it's not yours either. Okay, so if that sounds familiar to you, you are certainly in the right place, because I'm not going to leave you there, but I just wanted you to know that I get it and I totally relate to it. And it is my mission and purpose to take you from that state, whether you're in it or not. And if you're not even sure, but you're like, dude, that sounds like hell, I don't want to get anywhere close to that, then stay if you recognize it, because I'm not going to leave you there by any means. I want to give you the tools, and that's why you're here, to be the purposeful powerhouse that you truly are, to tap into the power and the presence that is you, to awaken that courage and determination and strength inside of you so that you live from that empowered place. Can I get some fire in the comments if you are on board with that? Are we on board with, oh my goodness, there's a heart explosion happening. I love it. Are we on board with that? Give me a PP in the comments if you're like, please, I know I'm a purposeful powerhouse, I just need to get back to it. Okay, so yes. Can I get a PP? Fire. Love it. Awesome. All right. So, hello. I should have kept my hand up. So hello. Welcome. My name is Megan Nolan. I'm so grateful that you are here. And I would love to know from you, are we meeting for the first time? If that's so, please put an N in the comments. So you and I are new to each other. Please put an N. And if we have met before and you've been to any of my trainings, or you and I have had time together, put an R so that I know and so that I can just see where we're at with that. So if we're new to each other, an N. And if we are returning, please put an R. Hello, I love the N's. Welcome, welcome. So I just want to give you a little tiny backstory so you know who this ridiculous person is in front of you carrying on. So I am originally from Canada, although I have deemed myself to be allergic to snow. And so now I live on the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii. And my background was originally in gerontology, which is, you may know, you may not, is the study of aging. And after I graduated from university, I decided, no. I'm way too empathetic and sensitive. And I'm willing to bet that many of you are here. Very sensitive people, very tuned in people. And I realized that's not the direction that I wanted to go. So I decided to take a much more preventative and rather different approach to aging and move to Hawaii and become a personal trainer. Much to my parents' confusion, I moved out to the big island of Hawaii. And so shortly after that, became a yoga instructor. So personal trainer, yoga instructor, group fitness instructor, and most recently have become a mental fitness coach. So you're probably familiar with personal training, exercise, cardio, strength, all that stuff, yoga, flexibility, breathing, personal awareness, all that stuff. But mental fitness might be something that's new to you. Although you maybe haven't heard the term before, I know that you'll recognize this. The negative chatter in your head that's telling you or telling me, I'm just not good enough. I'm never going to figure this out. Like, what's the problem with me? I got to change the brand font again. I got to change the color. I got to figure it out because it's not perfect. What are you even doing? How are you going to figure it out? Mental fitness is learning how to strengthen the 3 core muscles of your mind. The first of which is learning how to stop that negative chatter, that inner dialogue that makes you feel like poop because it's nasty. And it's probably stuff you would never say to anybody else, but it's often running until we learn how to control it. So learning to recognize that, learning to take control of your mind and think on purpose, which, game changer. You're going to start to learn how to do that this week. And then finally, how to activate your true self, the powerful presence within you, to awaken the warrior within you that knows how powerful you are, that chooses to think on purpose, to move towards your big vision that you just put in the chat. So that's the essence of mental fitness, is learning how to quiet that negative chatter in your head. The framework calls them the saboteurs. I call them the shitty committee. Why do I call them that? Well, they mostly just talk a lot of shit. They don't do very much, and they really do make you feel like crap. So hence the name, the shitty committee. I apologize if that language offends you. I don't really swear very much, but you really, come on, it's funny. Can I get a yuck, yuck, yuck in the comments if you're laughing right now, or a little LOL or some sort of emoji? That would be fabulous, because we all have them. And it goes beyond the inner critic, actually. It goes a lot deeper than the inner critic, because we all have one in common, and it's the judge. And the judge doesn't just judge you internally. It judges the situation. It judges people. It has a lot to say, and none of it's really good. But so that's really the essence of me and the essence of the work that I do. And so I've done some fun stuff. I've taught some yoga to amazing companies all around the world. I've taught yoga inside the power plants here on Maui, which is quite an experience, teaching yoga to gentlemen wearing coveralls and work boots. I've been fortunate enough to share the stage with some incredible thought leaders of our time. Perhaps you've heard of them. Les Brown, who's a very highly regarded motivational speaker. Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. Dr. Joe Vitale, who has written many books and was in the movie The Secret. I got to share the stage with them in June. So it's been a really fun experience to share these tools with people. But I will tell you that this hasn't, this little highlight reel is certainly not all of it. And I would love to know if you can recognize yourself in this little bit of my story. A few years ago, I found myself literally right out there, laying on my yoga mat, completely, utterly, absolutely exhausted. Literally had nothing in me. I was so depleted, so drained. I was in the spiral of anxiety and stress. The shitty committee had the mic and was hollering at me. You're never going to figure this out, Megan. What's the problem with you? You should be so much further ahead by now. Like, what are you even doing? You're probably not cut out to be an entrepreneur. And was taking me in that spiral of anxiety and doubt and fear and sadness. And I literally, that's all I could do was just lay there on the yoga mat and cry. And I was just in a crumpled heap. And I was so depleted, so exhausted. And that's really all I could muster up at that time, because I had taken myself to that point of complete exhaustion. And I'll tell you, yoga doesn't care. Yoga doesn't care if you're just laying there with your hand on your belly and your heart and you're crying and you're breathing. And sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes it's a more active practice, but sometimes it's not. Yoga doesn't care. I don't care either. I'm not judging at all, because I know that sometimes that will be what you have the energy for, but hopefully not to the point of that level of exhaustion. But sometimes you're a little tuckered out and you just want to breathe, and that's okay, and that's amazing. But because I wasn't doing any of the things I was having other people do, like exercise and yoga, oh, you bet that judge had the mic and was like, some kind of personal trainer you are. You don't even exercise. What is this? You're just laying there. Really? Come on. It was awful. It was like awful. And I got to the point of literally just, that cry when it's like the snotty, messy, bubbly, like, like that sort of cry, when you get so tired that literally like your tank is empty and you're running on the fumes, which my mechanic says is not a good idea. We all know that's not a good idea for our own body. I literally was in that like sniffy, snivelly stage. And I finally got to a place of complete surrender. And then and only then did I actually hear that quiet little voice. That quiet little voice that you have too. That beautiful voice of your heart that is your true essence, your guide, your higher self, your intuition, your soul, whatever word makes sense for you, your heart. And that voice said to me, this is not your path. There's more for you than this. You're a warrior. You'll find a way. You're a warrior. You'll find a way. And I wasn't sure exactly what it meant, but I knew that I had to listen, because my whole body did this and I got the goosebumps again. And I literally said, okay, because this way is clearly not working. This work hard, push, try, do. It's not working. And I didn't even want to do it anymore. So why would I, And so it was this interesting sort of internal dance. They were trying to take me, the shitty committee had the mic again. And I was like, nope, that's enough. We're listening to my heart now. And they said, okay, I really want to do this. May I please have some help? And I asked for the help. And true to my form, I continued on. I went back to the push, and the do, and here I go. And where do you think I found myself about a week later? Anybody want to guess? Where did I find myself about a week later? No, certainly not at the top of the mountain achieving my success. No. It was, you guessed it, back in the puddle, doing the snotty cry, doing the, oh my God, yeah, snot bubbles. Yep. Blowing the snot bubbles. I was out there. And along comes a mama hen and a little brood of baby chicks in the backyard out here. So here comes mama hen, little peep, little chipper. And if you happen to hear any squawking sounds, now you know what they are. And so mama hen, baby chicks come into the backyard. And I should tell you that this isn't this is not a strange occurrence. Here on Maui and many of the Hawaiian Islands, we have a chicken thing. We have a free range chicken extravaganza going on here. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Especially those of you that live here, please verify my story. Any of you that have been to a warm tropical climate and you've noticed, why are there so many chickens? Like, what's the deal with the chickens everywhere? Can anybody give me a yes on that if you've seen some random chickens and you just wonder? So anyway, mama hen, baby chicks in my backyard. The other thing to mention is that at that point in my life, I was absolutely terrified of birds. Terrified. I am talking shaking and crying. Why? Well, At 5 years old, my parents took me to see my first 3D movie ever. Who's seen a 3D movie? Put 3D in the chat if you've seen a 3D movie. I'm maybe you have. And so we go to a place called Universal Studios. We go to see my first 3D movie. And I was raised in a Catholic family, and so we weren't allowed to watch horror movies. But this movie was a horror movie. And can you want to guess what horror movie made me absolutely freaking terrified of birds? Does anybody have a guess for me? Anybody? Anybody? I'll give you, well, no, not crows. You're close, though. There was a lot of crows in the movie. They were pretty much the star of the movie. Regina got it. Ding, ding, ding. The birds. My first 3D movie ever. I was 5 years old. What do you think I saw? Talons, beaks, clawing at me, landing on the person in front of me. It was so scary to me. I literally was crying and shaking in seconds. My parents realized it's probably not a good idea. And so we left the movie theater, but not before it left a mark on my soul. And so back to the backyard. There's the mama hen, the baby chickens in the backyard. They're so cute. They're fluffy. They're literally like in your hand, little fluff balls. Peep, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp. Roaming around in the backyard. She shows them where the banana plant is, where they get some water, eat the bugs. And I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of fun. Birds are cute. Not really, but so I noticed that the next day or so, the baby chicks were there, but the mama wasn't. And let me know in the chat, are you an animal lover? Do you love animals? Have you ever adopted animals? Anybody? So the mama's gone. The baby chicks are in the backyard and they're just peeping around. You know, they're lost. You could tell they were stressed. Their peeps sounded different. And I can tell, right? Empathetic person. I could tell they were a little off. And so I'm out there and I'm like, well, I can't just let them be out there without their mom. Like, this isn't good. And so, you know, classic Megan out there crumbling up the quinoa and the gluten-free bread. And I'm like, stay away, but I'll feed you. So as you may guess, nature continues to take its course. And gradually, there's fewer and fewer baby chicks. And then one day there's only one. And by this point, he had gotten comfortable with me. I was a little more comfortable with it. And he, you know, he'd come up to the door, bing, 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 tapping on the window. Don't let the chicken in the house, please. It was a scene. And then there I am one morning laying there in the swirly mess of my mind of all the things I needed to do and why, all the noise of the shitty committee going off. And I hear this little squawky sound outside my window. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And I'm all, oh, no. There's no roosters in my backyard. What is that sound? And then it was like his voice cracked. And then all of a sudden, the loudest little cock-a-doodle-doo you ever heard right outside my bedroom window. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm all, oh no. Chirpy is not a chicken. Chirpy is a rooster. He is a rooster, and he's a beautiful one at that, but he is a rooster, and he is in the backyard, and he lives in the tree right outside my bedroom, and oh my God, what have you done? You adopted a rooster. Pfft, great. And then I go, hey, you know, remember that time when you were out on the lanai, out on the patio, and you prayed to the universe for help, and you know how the universe kind of has a sense of humor sometimes? Anybody agree? Yeah. Is it possible that Chirpy is the guide that you requested? And I thought, maybe. I mean, I'm scared of birds, and so maybe it's a thing. And so I start to, having no other real choice, I start to observe Chirpy and his behavior. You really don't have a choice when he lives outside the window, and he is consistent with his morning time ritual. He is consistent with his 4 a.m. celebration of the new day. Hawaiian roosters, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but Hawaiian roosters just celebrate the day all day long. But they start in the morning and they start early. And so he's in the backyard and he is out there singing his song of the new day. You know what it is. I'm not, you know, it's the cock-a-doodle-doo. He's all about it. And I start to witness him and observe him, and I'm thinking, wow. And yes, Harriet made a good comment, taking a moment for the name Chirpy. Had I known he was a rooster, his name would have not been Chirpy. Something else that starts with C, but it wouldn't have been Chirpy. I'll let you guess. And so I'm watching him and how consistent he is. So write these down, write these down. These are important, to put them in the chat. The first thing I learned from him was his consistency. I hear that from a lot of people. I'm just not consistent. I have a hard time being consistent. Oh, my friend, I disagree. I disagree that we are consistent, and it may not necessarily be with the things that you want them to be with. You may be consistent with rolling over and grabbing your phone and starting to scroll first thing. You may be consistent with telling yourself you'll do the yogas later. You may be consistent with the smack talking inside the head. It's just, what are you being consistent with? That's the question. So consistent. And then I'd see him out there celebrate. He's singing his song, and they do the most amazing little dance. He does this little roughly shaky break. He ruffles his feathers. And then he literally starts to just strut across the lawn with some sort of confidence that you cannot ignore. I wouldn't have called him confident, but I would have called him something along those lines. So he just walks across the lawn with this confidence. So he shows me, and I want you to write these down either on your page or in the chat. He's consistent. He celebrates. He does something that makes him feel so confident and connected to who he truly was. There's no other way of being for Chirpy the rooster. He is a rooster. He is connected to that. He embodies that. He lives that every day. And he is a badass. I am not going to lie. I don't know if you can see it, but right here was a live centipede, and he ate it. I'm not saying you need to do that in the morning, but I'm saying that doing that consistency, having the celebration, having that connection to who you truly are, so you feel confident, so you go strutting into your day with that elegance, with that knowing that you are connected, and then you're here for a reason, and that you go after it. That's really what I want you to take from this story. I want you to take that from him, and I hope you're making notes, because I'm not seeing any in the chat, but I would love for you to write those 4 C's of the Chirpy framework down on the page, okay? So he's kind of the icon of the morning, right? That's like the ultimate symbol of the morning is the rooster. So yes. So I'm glad you're laughing. Great, 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 great. Very inspiring. He's a lovely fellow. Okay. So let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. He's a lovely fellow, isn't he? He's quite a beautiful guy. So what I realized was that having a having a meaningful morning routine is the foundation for your holistic health and your success. When we do it first, when you do those things that help you to tap into you so that you are taken care of on every level of your being, your mind, your body, your spirit, having that full, well-rounded holistic health is so essential for you to get to the top of the mountain, for you to achieve that vision that you set for yourself earlier on. And for those of you just joining us, those goals that you have for this year, that is the foundation, because it's your business, your work, your clients, your family, your community. You are the common denominator in all of that. So the foundation of that thriving is your holistic health. And holistic success is looking at all areas of your life functioning together. That's what holistic means, that all parts are interconnected. And I know you've probably heard so many times about how mind, body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, having the ultimate health of all of those is vital. But maybe putting it together and figuring it out is a little bit elusive sometimes. But it's so important for you to be able to get to the finish line of your goals, to cross the line and be able to get to the other side of your goals or get to the top of your mountain. Go look at your paper, what you wrote down for your vision. To bring that to life, it takes you. It takes you thriving in mind and body and spirit. As I mentioned before, I live on Maui, but I used to live on the Big Island. And on the Big Island of Hawaii, there is a triathlon called the Ironman. Have we heard of the Ironman before? I bet Regina, she loves those crazy races. You've heard of it for sure. Has anybody else heard of the Ironman? So drop iron in the comments. So if you haven't, it's a triathlon. They perform 3 sports. They swim for 3.5 miles. And for those of you that operate in kilometers, hopefully you can do the conversion. I think it's about double. They swim for 3.5 miles. They bike for 118, and then they run for 26. Swim, bike, run. I had a friend that was a triathlete that was trained at the gym that I worked at as a personal trainer. And so we went to go and support him. And we were standing at the finish line. And I should mention it's Hawaii. For those of you that have been here or live here, you know it's hot. For those of you that haven't, it's hot. And where they do the race, it's hot, it's dry, it's straight sun the whole time, and it's literally amazing that they get to the finish line. And we're standing at the finish line of the Ironman, and we're watching people come across the line. And some of them looked like they literally had just started the race, and they were just gliding across the line like a graceful gazelle. They would cross the line, they would be like, yeah, look at me go. They put the medal on, they get their little glass of whatever they were drinking, and they would literally do a little happy dance. And there was other people that would kind of make their way to the finish line. You could tell that they were digging in. They were digging in to get to that finish line. And to their credit, they had just done all those 3 things I told you about. And then here comes my friend. And he literally was almost unrecognizable. He was staggering like some sort of zombie, like remember Thriller movie? Some sort of zombie crossing the finish line. He literally, yeah, Regina says, yeah, he pretty much crawled. He crawled to the finish line and he literally fell onto the finish line. To his credit, he did all those events. He had to do all 3 of them to get there and to, be a finisher. But he fell onto the finish line. He sat up, he threw up, he fell over again. Is that how you want to get to the finish line of your goals? Or would you rather get to the finish line and be able to slide across it like a graceful gazelle, get to the opposite side of the finish line and strut yourself across with the confidence of a rooster or maybe the majesty of a peacock and do a little happy dance on the other side? Is that your preference? Because if that's your preference, let's see an A in the comments, because if you'd rather cross the finish line like that, let's see an A. And I'm hoping that everybody's going to put down an A, but I don't know you that well yet. So you maybe want to be the zombie on the finish line. But here's the thing. To get there, they had to do all 3. To get to the finish line of your goals, you need all 3. Mind, body, spirit, right? That's the essence of holistic health and success. That's the essence of having a foundation for that, which is created in your meaningful morning routine. So who is ready? Who's excited to learn more? Because the truth is, a lot of times we can get excited about creating a routine for yourself. And you go onto YouTube and you're like, yay, look, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to find out a workout. And then a couple hours later, you find yourself on a screen that looks like this. And there you are scrolling away, looking at baby goats. Maybe it's golden retrievers that you like. Maybe it's just these random things that you're like, oh, I'm supposed to be working out. I don't know. And then you're halfway down and you're like, holy moly, what am I even doing? Megan told me that in order for to have full physical health, I need to have something that gives me cardio, core, strength, balance, and flexibility. Those are the 5 pillars of your vitality. Cardio, core, balance, strength, and flexibility. All 5. Figuring out a routine that gives you all 5 can be overwhelming, right? Until you know me, until you have the tools you're going to learn here. But it can end up you down like some sort of YouTube rabbit hole, right? And so maybe you find something that you like and you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. And then, life happens and you trip it up and you're like, yeah, I'll get back to that later, next year, maybe. It's January. It happens. Or maybe you think, oh yeah, it's holistic health. Here I go. I'm going to go do this. Yes. Going to make this happen this year. Going to add it to the to-do list. And it gets onto the to-do list at the bottom, if it's lucky. Does any of that sound familiar? And maybe, you've had a massage. I think maybe it was last year, maybe a couple months ago. Maybe, having a bath every now and again, that helps. Because what happens is we can get really quickly into a place of self-care overwhelm. That's one of the reasons that maybe you're here in the first place, because trying to figure out how to do it all for that holistic health, that's like an elusive situation sometimes, right? Let me know if you can relate to that. Have you experienced self-care overwhelm? Trying to figure it out and being frustrated AF, not being able to figure out how to make it all work for yourself, okay? So give me a yes on that. Let's just put SC in the comments if you can relate to that. Because the truth is, you can have really good intentions, and maybe you've even heard from, a couple of the rather successful people that you maybe recognize here on the screen. Brandon Bouchard, Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, they are all advocates for your meaningful morning routine. Yes? And you might look at them and think, oh, yeah, well, I've heard that. I've heard that, I've heard they really like all that stuff, but I don't like getting up at 5 a.m. Good. You don't have to. You don't have to do your morning routine at 5 a.m. for it to be effective. You don't even have to do it at 7:30 a.m. You can do it at 11. You can do it later. The point is doing it, right? Is getting into that consistent habit, just like Chirpy the Rooster, getting into that consistent habit for yourself and making it work for you. Because you don't have to follow Oprah's routine, but the point is they all have one. And the idea is you having one too, right? So that's really why you're here and why I think it's so important for you to have these tools, because I know another times people tell me, well, yeah, I really want to have a morning routine. I just don't have a lot of time. Fair enough. That's right. Yeah, you don't. You know what you don't have time for? Getting sick, getting hurt, being so run down and so burnt out that you need to take a mental health break because you literally can't function. That's what you don't have time for. Hear, hear? Can I get a hear, hear on that? Because I know you're on board with that. I'm going to give myself some hearts. All right, all right, all right. So I hopefully have convinced you a meaningful morning routine, essential foundation for your holistic health and success. So why? Well, when you exercise first thing in the morning, it can increase your productivity by upwards of 72%. 72 is a rather significant increase. Yes. When you are revving up your body, your brain, you're oxygenating. Yeah. Who's got time for that? Says Tyson. Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I love it. Yes. Hear, hear. Beautiful. Good. So when you're moving your body, when you're doing that little dance, whatever it is that helps you to feel good, moving your body, doesn't have to be dancing. If you're like, I don't dance, that's okay. You don't have to dance. When you're oxygenating your body, moving your body, you're revving it up. You're stoking your inner fire. In yoga, we call that fire prana, the energy life force. Maybe you call it chi, mana, vitality. It's all the same. It's really that essence of you, stoking that fire, lighting it up, awakening it up so that you're more energized. You're more joyful. You're more focused all day. That's what increases your productivity because you're on point. And another reason that you're so on point is that you're not as stressed out, because here's the thing. Stress is associated with every major chronic disease. Stress is associated with every major chronic disease. I wish I had a mic, I would drop it. So, are we on board with reducing your stress? Are we on board with getting rid of the ouchy slouchy aches and pains and tension in your body that are maybe distracting you and draining you? Are you on board with having less pain in your body and having more energy, more clarity, and more focus? Yes. Okay, so if that's a yes, put a yes in the comments. Okay, so let's have a yes in the comments if that is a yes for you. I know it was a yes for Debbie, who created a morning routine inside the Warrior's Journey, which helped her to put herself first and make her goals her top priority. She also loved how that morning routine left her energized for the day. So that is a powerful start. That's a powerful place to start your day from. Also, Michaela, who may still be here, shared that I was so instrumental in helping her to step into and become the badass version of herself as a coach and entrepreneur. She struggled with being consistent with her self-care in the past, but the way I laid everything out in the Warrior's Journey was fantastic and easy to stick with. So that's what I want to give to you here, are tools that you can use, that you can weave into your life to make part of your day. So let's get into it. Oh, all right. Who was the last person that commented? Danielle, you win. Danielle wins the prize. Danielle's going to win the Meaningful Morning Routine, which maybe you saw on the All Access page, is a little Kickstarter. There are 5-minute sessions, energizing yoga, full body workouts, wake up your sleeping booty. Yes, you have one. You sit on it all day. What do you think it's doing? It's sleeping. We don't want that. And then also a audio that you can begin to listen to prime your mind for joy, success, and abundance. So that's on the All Access page if you want to grab that. Danielle wins that. So yay, congratulations, Danielle. Let's congratulate Danielle in the comments. So grabbing your notebook or your paper, the first element of the Meaningful Morning Routine is to expand your vision. Expand your vision. What do I mean by that? Well, the brilliant mind that is Stephen Covey said, we begin with the end in mind. What is the mountaintop goal that you have for yourself? You've already written it down in the comments, but you already know that part of it. What we're going to do and what you will do for your meaningful morning routine is connecting to the version of you that has already crossed the finish line. Hopefully, like a graceful gazelle, not a zoned out zombie. The version of you that is not the worn out woman or person, the version of you that is the purposeful powerhouse, because you know how to move and live and breathe and think on purpose. That version of you. Who is that version of you? Let's connect to that version of you now, shall we? Would you like to meet that version of you? Yes? I hope so. I hope so. So give me a yes in the comments. I'll wait. I know there's a delay. Let's breathe together. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. If it's available to you, please stand up. Please stand up. For those of you driving, listening later, stay seated. Come back to this later if you are driving. So if it's available to you, I would like you to stand up. I would like you to stand up and no one can see you. So I want you to start to kind of shake your body out a little bit, okay? So just shake your body, shake, 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 shake. Start with your hands. Maybe you wag your tail a little bit, you know, that invisible little tail, or if you were a peacock, you want to shake those little peacock feathers of yours. Shake, 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 shake. So close your eyes and just shake your body out a little bit. Just kind of bounce it out a little bit. Always within your comfortable pain-free range of motion. Do whatever is feeling good for you. Just shake it out a little bit. Close your eyes, maybe even shake your face. Yep, that's how you shake your face. Laughter is good for the soul. So wiggle it out a little bit, wiggle it out a little bit. And then I want you to close your eyes and now open them. What I want you to do is bring your fingertips together, all of your fingertips. So this is called Hakini Mudra. Fun fact, as you bend your fingers, what you're looking at in that space is the approximate size and shape of your own brain. So take a look at it. Appreciate that beautiful organ of yours. And now let it come down in front of your heart and close your eyes. Close your eyes and focus on your fingertips. Take a big deep breath. Stand a little bit taller. Imagine you were about to walk onto a big stage, or maybe into an exciting meeting, or maybe onto a Facebook Live, or just maybe into a space where you wanted to show up as vibrantly and powerfully as you can. Stand in that posture. Stand in that essence. Breathe deeply. Notice how eager your mind is to take you anywhere else but here. Learn to anchor it on your breath. It's harder than you would expect, so be gentle with yourself. Just breathe. And then I want you to just start rubbing your fingertips together really lightly. Open your eyes if you're not sure what I mean, but just rub your fingertips together really lightly. What we're doing here is using a physical sensation to bring you into your body. It activates a different part of your brain, so you're in a more calm state. Allow your eyes to close again. Learning how to cultivate calm and focus on demand. And then come to a stop. And I want you to think about that goal, that vision that you have for yourself. And I want you to imagine that you are walking towards it right now, just like the triathlete approaching the finish line. You are walking towards it right now. How are you going to walk towards that? Knowing that you have fully taken care of your holistic health, your mind, your body, and your spirit. How are you going to walk towards that? How are you going to cross that finish line or get to the top of your mountain? What is the energy in your body right now? Yes, there might be a little bit of fear and trepidation, but that's your mind. Go to your heart. Go to your heart and just breathe. Let your heart lift back up. Shoulders relax back. Stand a little taller and breathe. And I want you to ask yourself, who is that version of you? How are they being? Are they consistent? Do they celebrate the new day? Do they connect deeply to themselves and walk from a place of confidence? Do they trust? Do they believe? I want you to ask yourself. The answer may come as a word, a feeling, maybe an image. Continue to breathe. Notice any chatter of the mind. Oh, you know, it likes to do those things. So see if you can just keep coming back to the breath. And the beautiful thing, my friend, is that because you have this vision for yourself and for your life, you have been given the seeds to bring it to life. You have the seeds, you have the possibility within you. They are already within you. And just like a gardener would tend to seeds in a garden, they need to be nourished, given the tools they need to thrive, the sunlight, the nourishment, the water, the nourishment of your mind, your body, and your spirit. So we're going to do another hand position. What I'd like you to do is cup your hands. So you're going to bring the bottom of your hands together. So the base of your hands together and the inner edges of your thumbs touch, and then straighten out your fingers a little bit. So straighten them out, so kind of making a little diamond shape with your hands, and then bring them back in front of your heart. Again, close your eyes. Now feel that little pocket of space that you created in your hands, like a little seed that you have now planted in your heart for this vision. Take another breath. Lift your heart towards your thumbs. Stand a little bit taller. And now, remember, you're about to walk onto that stage. You're about to cross the finish line. You're about to say, yes, I accomplished this goal. Who is that you? How would they stand or sit? How would they breathe? How do they speak to themselves? Take one more big deep breath. Feel that little pocket of space in your hands. And then before you go to the chat, I want you to go to your notebook. I want you to go to your paper. And then I want you to answer the question. That version of me is. That version of me is. Okay? Go ahead and make some notes. Who is that version of you? Are they happy? Are they focused? Are they clear on what they're doing? Are they standing in truth and embodying the essence of who they really are? How do they show up for themselves? Just make any notes that come to mind. And if you're like, I don't know if I really got any information, that's okay. Just anything that came to mind. Just go ahead and put it in the chat, okay? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Put it on the paper and then put it in the chat. I'd love to know. Who is that version of you? How are they being? How are they being? How did they show up? Okay, so let's see in the chat. I'd love to know, what is that version of you like? How do they walk into the room? How are they going to cross the finish line? Are they going to dance across like a gazelle and get to the other side and do that happy peacock dance? Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Tyson says, confident and free to be him. Exactly. I love it. Anybody else? Anybody else get any information from your heart, your soul, your spirit, your higher self, that true self, that wisdom within you, the warrior that lives within you, that knows that you can cross the finish line? Oh, yes, and you will. You have the seeds. You have the seeds. Danielle is, oh, I love it. Open, authentic, and wholehearted. Effortless, calm, collected, loving to self. Beautiful. Regina, clear, focused, confident, financially free, motivated, joyful. You notice how these all have a really nice feel to them? That feeling, that is so, so important, right? You notice how those feelings are rather different than the feelings of the worn out woman that like, oh my God, it's never going to work. And what am I even doing? And blah, blah, blah. Frantic, frazzled, speeding train of stress. It's rather different. I want you to notice how different it is. Calm. I want to be that person all the time. Yes, exactly. Good news, you can always access that person. You will have the replays, but that view is available. Harriet has the calm, knowing, and enthusiastic appreciation. Yes. Anna, slim, confident, happy, smile. Oh, I love it. Yes. Do you feel that vibrancy in your heart right now? Do you feel that in your heart? I love these shares. Thank you. Keep them coming. And for those of you replays, I want to know what yours felt like too. Okay. So make sure to drop them. Okay. So that's element number one. Make sure you write that on your paper and in your play-by-play sheet in the back. And then the key question to ask yourself for element number one, this is also in your playbook, and this will be what you ask yourself tomorrow, is, where am I going? Where am I going? That's the key question. We want to focus on where we're headed rather than pulling away from what we don't want, right? Your mind is brilliant, but it doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what you're actually experiencing. So when you begin to tap into this expanded vision for yourself, you're giving your mind a taste of it. You're making it safer, because if it's not safe for your mind, it's like, oh, get out the city committee, tell her she's doing it something stupid. Tell her, no, remember that time in grade 4 when you got laughed at? No, don't do that. It will literally kind of rein you in. But if you have it in your mind that's safe, and using this tool of visualization and connection, it will allow you to move towards it. Opportunities will present themselves. You will become a more aligned version of yourself, and you will bring in all of these magical opportunities. So where are you going? We want to focus on that. Okay, we want to focus on that. And so this is where you can bring in that tool of visualization or meditation, or maybe journaling. Maybe you like to do tapping. And if you're like, wow, that's a lot of things, inside the Warrior's Journey, we will help you to create your morning routines so that they work for you and for your schedule, with different options depending on how much time you have that day. So that is element number 1, expand the vision. And the question is, where am I going? I want you to ask yourself that question tomorrow morning. And so we also have some ideas of how you can bring that to life. So that's the first question. Awesome. Loving the stars. Thank you, everybody. Okay. So in our Facebook community, if you're not over there already, yes. Love you too. Have a beautiful day. Aloha. And so, yeah, once you have decided who you're being, I want you to go into the group and post your homework. Notice there's no H in that. Homework. This is you connecting to your spirit and your soul. So posting that, and I want you to answer the question, who am I being? Okay. So what I want you to do is pick some of the qualities that you wrote down here. I want you to put that in the chat. So in the thread for this homework post. Okay. So you are being, when you connect to that expanded vision of yourself, who is that you? Write down what you put down in the comments, or if you want to sit with this longer and you have more, put that in the thread to get your point. Okay, so on the last page, we have the play-by-play. To get your point for the playbook, you do have to put your answer in that thread. Okay, so not just here, you'll be able to put yourself a check mark there, but to get this point, you have to drop your homework in that comment. Okay, comment under that thread. All right, welcome those of you that are joining. We're just finishing up, but you'll be able to catch the replay in a moment. So making sure to do your homework. And then before we go, I would love to know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from today? What did you take away? What will you take away? Maybe it was Chirpy the Rooster and his consistency and his celebration and his confidence and his connection. Maybe it's the element of expanding your vision. Maybe it's just knowing that, you know what, I don't have to do a meaningful morning routine at 5 a.m. to make it worth any salt. Is that a thing people say? Worth its weight? I don't know. Do good for you is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be done at 5 a.m. You get to make it work for you. The best routine, here's a little kicker. The best routine is the one that you're actually going to do. So let's make it work for you. Okay, so let's make it work for you. Regina says, takeaway. It's time to start my strut. Yes. How will that version of you walk across the finish line? When you go somewhere, when you're walking into a place, I want you to walk in there like you are walking over the finish line. I want you to walk with that confidence of the beautiful Chirpy the Rooster or that elegant peacock. Okay, so let's see. Oh my goodness, so many good things. 4 C's. Yes, expanding your vision. Do everything with a smile and only if it's right for you. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Harriet says, loved how you shared everyone is consistent, but consistent at what? Exactly. What are you consistent at? That is the question to ponder. Okay, so there is hope. Yes, Sue, 100% there is. Absolutely. With the tools and the love and the support, there's a whole bunch of hope in that. And there's a lot of connection in the community. So come into the community, share your homework in the community, share your takeaways from today. You'll earn points. And you'll set that beautiful momentum in motion. That's really powerful. So I introduced you to somebody that I met in that dark moment, crumpled heap, worn out woman state. I introduced you to Chirpy, but I met somebody else at that time in my life that was equally, if not probably more influential. And I'm going to introduce you to him on Wednesday. And I'm willing to bet you either have heard of him before, or maybe you've met him before, but you didn't know it. Or maybe you've heard of it because you maybe saw it on the page that brought you here. But who I'm going to introduce you to on Wednesday is an ancient warrior that will teach you all about how to activate your strength and your courage and your determination and your focus, all about how to awaken that beautiful, powerful presence that is the true essence of who you're being, is an ancient warrior that is the warrior behind the poses in the yoga practice. The one that you've maybe met before, but maybe you didn't know you had met him. The story is powerful. It has so much gold to it, so many layers to it, that you will now understand why the poses are shaped the way they are, but what they're actually doing for you when you do them. That's the magic. So on Wednesday, at whatever time we started at today, so about an hour ago, it will be happening at the same time. Wear your comfy clothes, bring your yoga mat, and join us. So have an amazing day. Before we sign off, are there any questions before we go? You will be, yes. Oh, yes, you got to watch that one. Yeah, watch it in between so you know what's up for Friday. But yeah, come again on Friday, everybody. And Wednesday, we are going onto the mat. We get on the mats, everybody. Yes, it will be a powerful live. This story is a game changer. And Anna says she loves the warrior poses. Oh, you're going to love them even more. Oh, my goodness. Wait for it. It is such a good story. There's grief. There's fire. There's explosion. There's a huge party. There's all sorts of craziness. It's quite a story. It's an ancient parable, deep and rich with meaning. So there's a lot going on. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. The replay will be up on the All Access page momentarily and is here in the group. And if you have questions, reach out for support. If you know somebody that would love to join us, then the link for them to join is thewarriorsjourney.com. Or no, sorry, thewarriorsjourney2023.com. And I will post that up again. And yeah, cool. All right. Well, have a beautiful day, everybody. I'm going to take this off of here. And I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday and in the group in the meantime. And I would love to have you join us. So here's the link. If you want to share that, go ahead and grab that and share that with anybody you think might want to join us, anybody that is really committed to their vision and their goals for the year. They would love it as much as you did, right? I hope you got a lot of gold out of today. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you so much. I can't wait till Wednesday, says Sue. Yay! You're so welcome. Mwah. Aloha, everybody. Take good care. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Bye-bye.